Good morning. Today, we're going to do an
Good morning.
OET letter, and this letter is addressed to the nurse unit manager. Now, before we go to the letter, what is the role of a nurse unit manager? Let me first tell that. They supervise and manage a nursing team. Their job includes hiring, managing, and supervising staff. They also lead the team, and they also communicate with staff members at all levels in the organization. I was just telling a little bit about the role of a nurse unit manager. Okay, now let us straight away go to the letter. This is the letter. The patient is Mr. Malcolm Whitaker. And as I always say, when you get a letter, what is the first thing that you do? You read the writing task, isn't it? Okay, so can I have one person to read the writing task for me, please?
Using the information given in the case note, write a letter to Mr. Harvey, nursing unit manager at Bloomfield Hospital, informing her Mr. Whitaker case and
Particular needs.
Address the letter to Miss Mariam Harvey, nurse unit manager, orthopedic ward, Bloomfield Hospital, Craver Road, Bloomfield.
Thank you. So in the writing task, they clearly say that using the information in the case note, we have to write a letter to Miss Harvey, who she's the nursing unit manager. I told you what the role is. They have a role of managing the whole team. At which hospital? Broomsfield Hospital. And what is the purpose? Informing her of Mr. Whitaker's case and particular need, which means there is some specific needs which needs to be mentioned to this nurse unit manager. And the address is also given. Address a letter to Miss Mariam Harvey, and then the address is given. Okay. So sometimes I would tell you students, when the writing task is not clear, writing task informing her of Mr. Whitaker's case and particular needs. So clarity it is good if you read the plan just above the writing task. Can you read the plan for me?
Plan, write to nurse in charge of patient care in hospital ward to ensure medication given at set times, to check availability of transdermal patch of patient's medication for before procedure use, bracket nail by mouth.
Before pre-operative use. Okay, so the plan clearly says that why are we writing to this nurse, unit manager, right? To nurse in charge of patients' care in the hospital ward, to ensure medication at given at set times, and also to check the availability of transdermal patches of the patient's medication for pre-operative use, which means from this it is clear that this patient is being transferred to Broomsfield Hospital to some kind of probably a treatment or a surgery. Let's see more about that. So this nurse who is writing the letter is informing the nurse unit in charge because the patient will be transferred there for some kind of treatment. Okay, clear with that?
Yes.
Yeah. So now let's read from the beginning of the letter for better clarity. Okay, read it.
Name, Mr. Malcolm Whitaker.
See, Sharon, excuse me, can you read from the beginning notes? That is also very important.
Assume that today's date is 24th October 2020. You are a Parkinson's nurse specialist in a community health center. One of your patients is Mr. Malcolm Whitaker.
Okay.
Patient details. Name, Malcolm Whitaker. Date of birth, 29 February 1944, 76 years. Address, 179 College Road, Broomfield. Social background, retired solicitor sitter, three adult children, all lives locally. Wife is good health. Wife in good health. Youngest son
Child.
asthmatic.
Child.
Youngest child asthmatic. Support with the ADLS from family.
Activities for daily living.
Activities for daily living from family. Ex-smoker, gave up 2000, gave up on 2000. No alcohol.
Okay, thank
Family
you. Now can the next person read for me?
Family history. Father decays, 76 years old.
No, father deceased. Passed away. മരിച്ചുപോയി എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. Deceased.
Father deceased, 76 years old. Aortic aneurysm. Mother deceased, 80 years old. Breast cancer. Medical history, 1992. Excision of melanoma on left leg. Bracket. Clark level 1. 2010. Prostate cancer. Hormone treatment and radiotherapy successful. 2014. Mobility problem. Referred to neurology clinic. Parkinson's disease diagnosed. Treatment initiated. Carbidopa 25 mg. Levodopa 100 mg. Bracket Cinemet 25 to 100. 1 tablet 3 times a day. Gradually increase to 8 tablets a day. Patient referred to Parkinson's nurse specialist. Discussed long-term planning. 2014 to 2019. Annual checkup by neurologist, Parkinson's nurse specialist, patient management, managing illness well, annual reviews by GP, non-motor symptoms questionnaire provided, patient to bring to review, special monitoring to bowel continence and sleep, exercise classes started, Tai Chi, patient referred for fall prevention program, patient specified wishes for end of life care, wife joined local group cares for Parkinson's sufferers. 2018, UTI treated with antibiotics. Presenting complaint, Banyan. 24 September 2020, GP appointment. Refer painful bunion on right foot, affected mobility. Patient referred to orthopedic consult. Bunionectomy scheduled for 18 December 2020. 24 October 2020, Parkinson's disease nurse specialist appointment for annual review. Patient mentioned operation. Discussion, need to continue medication when admitted. And write information provided to patient.
Written information.
Okay. Written information provided to patient. Plan, write to nurse in charge of patient's care in hospital ward to ensure medication given at set times, to check availability of transdermal patches of patient's medication for pre-operative use, nil by mouth.
Okay. So now let's read from the beginning. Now we've got an idea that who's writing the nurse? Who's writing the letter? The letter is being written by a Parkinson's nurse specialist, isn't it? Where?
Yes.
In a community health center. To whom? Let's look at the writing class. Arka എഴുതുന്നത്? This letter has been written by the Parkinson's nurse specialist to Miss Harby, who is a unit manager at Broomsfield. കാര്യം എന്താ? നമ്മൾ കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞു. This patient is scheduled for a bunionectomy on 18th December 2020. അല്ലേ? So for that purpose, this patient will be transferred to this hospital in Broomsfield. So this Parkinson's nurse specialist who is in charge of this patient is informing the nurse unit manager that when he comes for the surgery, please remind him to take the medications. Clear? Is that clear with you?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's see.
Yes.
Let's see what are the information that should be taken, what is irrelevant, and what is important. Okay. Now, when you read the letter, always select the case notes. So please have this reader in mind. Reader ആരാ? ഈ nursing unit manager എപ്പോഴും മനസ്സിൽ കണ്ടോണം. And the purpose is for medication compliance. Okay. So only include what is there in what is required for the reader. Now, can you tell me, do you think this is a known case or an unknown case?
It's an unknown case.
It's an unknown case. Good. Okay. So here they say that assume that today's date is 24th October 2020. Usually when it is given, that is the date of the letter, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. And so you are a Parkinson's nurse specialist. Please underline that. At the end of the letter, when you sign off, please just copy and paste that. Parkinson's nurse specialist ആണ് നിങ്ങളുടെ title, അല്ലേ? In a community health center. One of your patients is Mr. Malcolm Whitaker. So I want you to help me. Patient details. What are the case notes that are important here? നിങ്ങളൊന്ന് പറയാമോ?
Date.
What about the name? Let us go in order.
Name.
ഓരോ step by step ആയിട്ട് പോകും.
Name, date of
Yeah.
birth.
Okay. Yeah. Address, is that important? Usually we don't write the address, isn't it? Social background. Since this is an unknown case, it is good if you write something about the patient. So
Yes.
what do you write? Tell me.
Support with activities of daily living from family.
Okay.
Lives with the wife and children.
Adult children all live locally in Allah. So actually he doesn't live with them. Of course, he lives with his wife and his family for activities of daily living. Yeah, we can write that. Fine. I think that is important. The rest are not very significant, isn't it? Now, family history. Coming to that, do you think anything is important?
No
Right.
need.
Yeah, again, we know that this letter is being written for medication compliance, only for a short period. So actually, there's no need to include the family history. Yes. Okay, medical history.
Yes.
As I always tell, 3 information on now. You have to only select the information from the medical history as to what is relevant to the current reader. അങ്ങനെ ആകുമ്പോൾ 1992 excision of melanoma ഇത് പറയേണ്ട കാര്യമുണ്ടോ?
No.
No. So this is something that has already happened and it is over, isn't it? 2010 again, prostate cancer, for which he was treated with hormone and radiotherapy, everything successful. So should you mention that?
No need.
Yeah. 2014 this patient, Mr. Malcolm, started having mobility problems. Therefore, he was referred to a neurologist who diagnosed his Parkinson's disease, after which the treatment has been initiated. What is the medicine he has for that? Carbidopa, levodopa, which is equivalent to cinnamon. And he has, he started with 1 tablet 3 times a day, which was gradually increased to 8 tablets per day, isn't it?
Yes.
Then we see that the patient, Mr. Whitaker, was referred to Parkinson's nurse specialist. See, the person who's writing this letter is the same person. Parkinson's nurse specialist ആണ് ഈ letter എഴുതുന്നത് പോലും. അല്ലേ? So this patient was referred to Parkinson's nurse specialist who discussed long-term plan, which means this patient is under this Parkinson's nurse specialist care, isn't it? Now, let's see what happened between to see. So from this, we can understand that right from 2014, this patient has been under this care, under her care. Whose care? Parkinson's nurse specialist care for Parkinson's disease, isn't it?
Yes.
So this patient was referred to Parkinson's nurse specialist care for Parkinson's disease. Now, let's see what happened between to see. So from this, we can understand that right from 2014, this patient has been under this care, under her care. Whose care? Parkinson's nurse specialist care for Parkinson's disease, isn't it? 2014 തൊട്ട് ഈ പാർക്കിൻസൺസ് നഴ്സ് സ്പെഷ്യലിസ്റ്റിന്റെ ട്രീറ്റ്മെന്റിലാണ് അല്ലെ, കീഴിലാണ് അല്ലെ, എന്തിന്, for Parkinson's disease. So let's have a summary of what happens between 2014 and 2019. Annual checkup by neurologist, Parkinson's nurse specialist. അതായത് എല്ലാ വർഷവും annual with the neurologist and Parkinson's nurse specialist. അങ്ങനെ thereby the patient has been managing the illness very well. ഇത് കൂടാതെ there has also been annual review with the GP. Non-motor symptoms questionnaire provided. This is nothing but just a questionnaire to make sure that regarding the progress of the disease. Questionnaire, there's nothing about that. The patient to bring to review nalla. Each time he comes for the review, he brings this questionnaire with them. That is it. But here, there's a lot of information given. Information select. So actually, what is important here from these two? Can you help me? What do you select? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Information select? 2014 തൊട്ട് 2019 വരെയുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളിൽ ഈ രണ്ട് ലൈനിൽ എന്തൊക്കെ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കും? Annual checkup by
mobility problem.
No, I'm not talking from there. 2014 തൊട്ട് 2019 വരെ എന്ത് തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കും?
He's on annual checkup
With the neurologist
and nurse specialist,
and also with the
GP, yes.
മൂന്ന് പേരായിട്ട് ആനുവൽ ചെക്കപ്പ് നടത്താറുണ്ട്. Okay, and then he also has special monitoring of bowel continence and sleep. അത് എഴുതേണ്ട കാര്യമുണ്ടോ?
No,
I
think
need, because this is again written to the nurse manager who's in charge of medication compliance mainly. So this is not to be written. Exercise classes started. Is that important here?
No.
Okay.
For
patient referred for falls prevention program. That's important, Anna?
Yes.
No, not really. He is always, every time he is referred on Allah. Patient referred. Between 2014 and 2019, ഇയാള് fall prevention programമിന് വേണ്ടി റെഫർ ചെയ്തപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നേ പറയുന്നുള്ളൂ. അത് ഈ നഴ്സിംഗ് യൂണിറ്റ് മാനേജർക്ക് ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ആണോ? പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് അല്ല. കാരണം ഈ നഴ്സിംഗ് യൂണിറ്റ് മാനേജർ എഴുതുന്നത് ഈ മെഡിക്കേഷൻ കംപ്ലയൻസിന് വേണ്ടി മാത്രമാണ്. So this is not very important. Okay. Patient specified wishes for end of life care. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ end of life care എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ see, some people will tell how they desire and where how to die and where to die and all, isn't it? അങ്ങനെയുള്ളൊരു കാര്യം ഈ പേഷ്യന്റ് സ്പെസിഫൈ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നേ പറയുന്നുള്ളൂ. That is not very important here, isn't it? Yeah. Why join local groups of carers for Parkinson's sufferers? Parkinson's രോഗമുള്ളവര് സഫർ ചെയ്യുന്നവരുടെ കൂടെ ഒരു ലോക്കൽ ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ ഇവർ ചേർന്നിട്ടുണ്ടെന്നേ പറയുന്നു. That is also not very important. And 2018 UTI treated with antibiotics. Is that important? Yeah.
No.
I forgot to mention that. Let's come about family history. Another വിട്ടുപോയി. Family history, father deceased, mother deceased. Do you think that is important here?
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
And about the medical history, when it began, 92 and 2010 episodes important?
No need.
No.
Yeah, but of course we have to begin from 2014. കാരണം അപ്പോഴാണല്ലോ ഈ മൊബിലിറ്റി ഇഷ്യൂസ് കാണാൻ തുടങ്ങിയത് അല്ലേ?
Yes.
So I think mobility problems for which he was referred to neurologist who diagnosed the Parkinson's disease, and the treatment was started, the medicines and everything has to be written. All the important. Okay. Now coming to the next page, presenting complaints. And on 24th September 2020, what happens? This patient had an appointment with the GP. regarding a painful bunion on the right foot, which was affecting his mobility. So what did the GP do? This GP referred the patient to an orthopedic consultant who scheduled for a bunionectomy for 18 September 2020. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you think, what are the information important here? Idella important aano?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
of course. We are writing to the nursing unit manager. So all these are very important. And then 24th October. കണ്ടോ നേരത്തെ ഡേറ്റ് ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചായിരുന്നു 24th September ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇത് ഒരു മാസം കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ് 24th October. Please make a note of that. 2020, what happens? This again, this PD, Parkinson's nurse specialist appointment for annual review. നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ലേ ഈ patient, this patient has been having
Okay.
annual review with the GP, with the PD nurse, isn't it? അപ്പൊ അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു annual reviewല് this patient mentioned regarding the operation. Which operation? Bunionectomy, which is scheduled for a future date. So then they had a discussion, and during the discussion, this Parkinson's nurse stressed, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ emphasized the need to continue medication when admitted, and the information has been written and provided to the patient. ഈ ഡിസ്കഷനിൽ ഈ മരുന്ന് കഴിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യത്തെ കുറിച്ച് ഈ പി ഡി നഴ്സ് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്ത് പേഷ്യന്റ് ആയിട്ട് എല്ലാ ഇൻഫർമേഷനും എഴുത്തിന് ഈ പേഷ്യന്റ് കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ക്ലിയർ?
Yes.
Yeah. So in that case, this is also, these information are also very important, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Then what is a plan? If a plan കുറച്ചുകൂടെ വ്യക്തമാണ് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവും. Write to nurse in charge of patient's care in hospital. എന്തിനാ? To make sure that the medication is given at the appropriate time. എന്തിന്റെ medication? Parkinson's disease medication. Along with that, to check availability of transdermal patches of patient's medication before the surgery. Penis nail by mouth. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So do you think these plans are important here? Or select cheyande?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what, see, in fact, I have mentioned here. What are the important ones? Everything that is marked in pink shade they are important. Okay. Is that clear for you all?
Yes. Ma'am.
Yes.
The next page, all these are important. Okay. So now I want your help. Now let's quickly start with the letter. See, before writing the letter, I would tell you, you need to have an idea as to how you're going to paragraph it. Then it is good if you start the letter. So we'll just have a quick idea. After writing the address and everything, we write the introduction, isn't it?
Yes.
Introduction കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് എന്ത് എഴുതണം? See, this person is unknown to the nursing unit manager, isn't it? And
Yes.
why are we writing to the nursing unit manager? To make sure that the Parkinson's, the medicine disease is given, isn't it? അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഈ വ്യക്തി 2014 തൊട്ട് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ട്രീറ്റ്മെന്റിലാണ് എന്ന് പറയേണ്ട ആവശ്യകതയില്ലേ? Isn't it? So it is
Yes.
good if you mention the background, which is the medical history, and mention everything what happened between 2014 and 2014 has been taking care of this patient since 2014. Okay? അത് എഴുതി കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് വേണം അടുത്ത പാരഗ്രാഫില് എഴുതാം. He had an appointment with the GP regarding a painful bunion എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് in the following paragraph you can write 24th October അന്നാണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ ലെറ്റർ എഴുതുന്നത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ടുഡേ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമുക്ക് അത് എഴുതാം. Then let's write the plan. Did you get an idea?
Yes.
Okay. Now shall we quickly start? Can you tell me the address part, please?
Miss Maria Harvey, the nurse unit manager.
The വേണ്ട കേട്ടോ.
Orthopedic.
Nurse unit manager.
Okay. Nurse unit manager, orthopedic ward, Broomfield Hospital, Craven Road, Broomfield.
Okay.
Date
Now what about the
24 October 2020.
Okay.
Dear Miss Harvey,
Mm-hmm.
reference Mr. Malcolm Whitaker,
Mm-hmm.
aged 76.
Okay, kolla. Now let's begin with the introduction.
I am writing to refer Mr. Malcolm Whitaker,
Mm.
who requires
Yeah. Let's write the purpose.
okay. Assistant for medication compliance
എന്തിനു വേണ്ടി?
as he suffered from Parkinson's disease.
Mm-hmm.
He is scheduled for bunionectomy on 18 December 2020.
Okay. It's little bit of grammar error. അല്ലാതെ you've got the main idea. ഞാൻ കുറച്ചുകൂടി എളുപ്പത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞുതരാമേ. നമുക്ക് വേണമെങ്കിൽ let's write like this. Mr. Malcolm Whitaker. Write the name of the patient. പിന്നെ purpose എഴുതാം. Requires your professional assistance എന്ന് എഴുതിക്കോ. എന്തിനു വേണ്ടി? Regarding medication compliance for Parkinson's disease എന്ന് എഴുതിയാലും മതി.
Okay.
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 Then you can straight away say he is scheduled for bunionectomy on 18th December 2020. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah, I will just share the screen. Yeah, this is the address part. This is the introduction. Clear? ഇനി എന്തെഴുതും? ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, let us talk about the medical history from 2014. എങ്ങനെ പറയാം? ഒന്ന് പറയാമോ?
Mr. Whitaker was referred to a neurologist due to mobility issues who confirmed the diagnosis. Therefore, he has been considered with a
comments on എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി കേട്ടോ.
Okay. Comments down. Cinemet 2500, 1 tablet, 3 dose per day, which was gradually increased to 8 tablets per day.
Then straight away you can say about the annual checkup. Patient referred to Parkinson's nurse specialist. നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. Annual checkup with Parkinson's nurse specialist. അപ്പോൾ 2 പ്രാവശ്യം എഴുതണ്ട. Straight away you come.
He was on.
No, she has been having
okay,
annual checkup. അങ്ങനെ പറ.
Mr. Okay. He has been having annual reviewing with the neurologist, Parkinson's nurse specialist, and general practitioner.
Okay, good. Yeah, you've got an idea and I'll just tell you in my own words. ശരിയാകാനേ ഉള്ളൂ. Okay, ആദ്യം തന്നെ you missed out on something. നിങ്ങൾ ആദ്യം തന്നെ പറയേണ്ട ഒരു കാര്യമുണ്ട്. 2015 തൊട്ട് മിസ്റ്റർ വിറ്റാക്കർ ഈ നമ്മുടെ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി ഹെൽത്ത് സെന്ററിൽ ഒരു പേഷ്യന്റ് ആണ്. എന്തിനു വേണ്ടി? ഈ പാർക്കിൻസൺസ് ഡിസീസിന് വേണ്ടി എന്ന് പറയണം. So you can begin by saying that. So that is how you introducing the patient, okay? Especially his medical background. You can write Mr. Whitaker has been under a care. Has been എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ തന്നെ കുറച്ച് നാളായിട്ട് ഞങ്ങളുടെ കെയറിലാണ്. എന്തിനാ? For the diagnosis എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി. കാരണം this diagnosis, which is the Parkinson's disease, is already mentioned in the introduction. So you should not repeat it again. അതുകൊണ്ട് Mr. Whitaker has been under a care for the diagnosis since 2014 എഴുതാം.
Okay.
Okay? പിന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പറയാം he has been commenced on carbidopa, 25 mg, put a slash levodopa, 100 mg, 1 tablet 3 times a day, which was gradually increased to 8 tablets per day. He has been having annual review. എല്ലാ വർഷവും കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. Annual review ഉണ്ടാകാറുണ്ട് with the neurologist, his general practitioner, along with Parkinson's nurse specialist. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. See, this is the screen. So now we have written everything, all the info, at least the medical history in the first page, isn't it? Of the first page. Nipam, now what do we do? Let's talk about, now we wrote about the background. Why are we writing it? Let's talk about the 24th September episode. You want me to help you? Then I shall do it. On 24th September 2020, Mr. Whitaker had an appointment with his GP. Why? Regarding a painful bunion on the right foot, which was affecting his mobility. Now use a connector, for which he was referred to an orthopedic consultant. Orthopedic consultant number an ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നല്ല കാരണം O starts with a vowel, isn't it? So before that, an വേണം. Was referred to an orthopedic consultant. ആരാണോ schedule ചെയ്തത്? Who scheduled the surgery at your facility? Okay? Date എഴുതണ്ട കാരണം this date is already mentioned in the introduction. He scheduled for bunionectomy on 18 December എന്ന് എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. So you don't have to repeat it. കേട്ടോ? So that is fine. You can keep that as one paragraph. Ini 24th October 2020. That is the date when we are writing the letter, isn't it? അതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് today എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. Can you tell me? Can you try?
Okay. Today, during the annual follow-up, he informed regarding the surgery
and the need to continue. പറഞ്ഞോ?
And the need to continue his Parkinson's medication.
Was discussed. Discuss ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടു. Was discussed.
Was discussed during hospitalization.
വേണമെന്നല്ലേ? During hospitalization അല്ലല്ലോ. ഈ സമയത്ത് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന പറഞ്ഞാണ്. And has been written. Write ചെയ്ത് കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. Has been written. And admission has been provided in writing to the patient. Okay. Yeah, once again, I'll tell you. Today, on annual review, Mr. Whitaker informed ചെയ്തു about the operation, following which, അതിനെ തുടർന്ന്, the need to continue medicines for Parkinson's while admission was discussed. മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞെങ്കിൽ ഇന്ന് ആനുവൽ റിവ്യൂല് മിസ്റ്റർ വിറ്റാക്കർ ഈ ഓപ്പറേഷനെ കുറിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞു. അതിനെ തുടർന്ന് ഈ പാർക്കിൻസൺസ് ഡിസീസിനെ മരുന്ന് കഴിക്കാനുള്ള ആവശ്യത്തെ കുറിച്ച് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടു. And has been provided in writing to the patient. അത് എഴുത്തില് കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. Clear? I just share the screen. This is about the 24th September 2020. Clear? Now, today on annual review, Mr. Whitaker informed about the operation, following which അതിനെ തുടർന്ന് the need to continue medicines for Parkinson's while admission was discussed എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ discuss ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടു and has been provided നൽകപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട് in writing to the patient. Clear? Now, see, we have covered this information. Then നമുക്ക് എന്താ എഴുതേണ്ടത്? We can write a little bit about the social background, isn't it? What do you write?
Mr. Whitaker lives with his wife and gets support from his children as they lives locally. Okay.
നമുക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ മതി. Mr. Vitaka lives with his wife and is supported by family for his activities of daily living എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാലും മതി കേട്ടോ. That is good enough. Yeah, Mr. Vitaka lives with his wife and is supported by family for his activities of daily living. Clear?
Yes.
Now, what have we left out? Now check. Let's check. First page നമ്മളെല്ലാം എഴുതിയില്ലേ? We have not missed out no anything. Second page we have written 24th and 24th September and 24th October. Now what is left out? Only the plan, isn't it? A plan എന്ന് പറയാമോ?
Okay, it would be appreciated if you could assist with the Mr. Vitaka provided medications
at the proper time, അല്ലേ? At the set time.
Okay. And then kindly ensure. Okay.
അടുത്ത സെന്റൻസിലെ kindly ensure തീർച്ചപ്പെടുത്തണേ. Kindly ensure the availability of transdermal patches for pre-operative use.
Okay.
ഇതുപോലെ. Okay, this is the request paragraph. It would be grateful if you could monitor Mr. Vitaka's medication at the proper time. Kindly ensure the availability of transdermal patches for pre-operative use. If you have any queries, please contact me. Now let's come back to the letter. How do you sign off?
Yours sincerely.
Yours sincerely?
Reader's name is given.
Yes, good. When the reader's name is given, we write yours sincerely. Then what do we write as the title?
Parkinson's nurse.
Parkinson's nurse specialist. The notes is given clearly. Parkinson's nurse specialist. They would copy them.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
We'll share that also. Yeah. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So I hope this letter is clear for you all. So thank you.